Good morning, students. Today I'm going to help you with your sloppy copy. So I know that many of you guys are working on writing a paragraph, and sometimes 5 sentences can be a lot of writing. And so I put a little reminder in the assignment page so that you would remember all parts of the assignment. But sometimes you might say, well, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, but how do I do it? So I want to help you with a way to write your intro sentence. Okay, so that's your topic sentence, that first sentence. And when you look here, I've given you 3 different prompts. And one of the prompts is the one, that prompt in the question is the one that you're answering. And so it's how can people help in a community? And who are some helpful people in your town? Why do we help in our community? Now this one is the one that you are going to answer in your prompt, but these are ones that we're going to practice with. Okay, and what we're going to practice is something called recycling your words. Now we know when we recycle something, we reuse it. So what I want you to focus on is that you don't actually have to come up with a lot of words for your first sentence. Your question can help you come up with those words. So if I look at how can people help in a community, I can recycle some words from that for my topic sentence, for my answer. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to pick out the key words. So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, people help in a community, and I could say something like in a lot of ways, or people can help in a community in different ways. And that is my first sentence. People help in a community in a lot of ways. That is my first sentence. I take some of those words from the question, I recycle them into my answer, and I've got my first sentence, and it tells me that I'm answering the question. So the second one is, who are some helpful people in your town? Now you're not going to go and answer this question. We're practicing recycling our words. So I would take the key words, some helpful people in my town are firefighters and police officers. So I would use part of the question as my first answer. And then I might talk about police officers, and then I might talk about firefighters, right? Because that's what I introduced. Or there are lots of helpful people in my town. Again, I'm using this question to recycle words so that I have my very first sentence, right? So let's look at number 3. Why do we help in our community? We help in our community for several reasons, or for a lot of reasons, or for 3 reasons. I'm taking the question and I'm setting up my paragraph by recycling the words. We help in our community for many reasons. Now I'm set up to answer my question. In all 3 of those examples, I used the question and the key words to give myself my topic sentence and my answer, right? I didn't necessarily go into all the details. I just answered it, and now I can go into transition words. So let's take, let's say we've got, why do we help in our community? We help in our community for several reasons, or for many reasons. And now I'm going to answer. This is where I use my transition words. And I'm going to show you a few examples. This is where I use my transition words to help me answer that question, right? So I can talk about the 3 reasons why I would help in a community. First, we help in a community so that everyone stays safe. Second, we help in a community to help our environment stay clean. Third, we help in a community because it makes us feel good. So now my middle part, all my meat and details, has those 3 transitions that answer the question, right? So that helps me get my meat. That gives me the specific details that are the middle part of my paragraph. I give my 3 reasons right there. And those pages, those graphic organizers, will help you do those parts. Now, how do I wrap it up with the last piece of bread, right? This was my first piece of bread where I focus on recycling the words. This is my meat, cheese, all my details that make my sandwich delicious in the middle. I've got those good transition words. And then in my concluding, I go back to that beginning sentence. So those are reasons why we help in the community, or that is why I think it's important to help in the community. Now, these ones are just learning words. We're going to try to move away from things like those and that. But if you're struggling for now and you're just learning how to write a paragraph, use these. Recycle those words again and put that bottom piece of bread on there. That is why we help in a community. You use those same words from the question. But if you want to challenge yourself, it's also great to add your own ideas and thinking about those things. So I think it's really important to help in a community so we all live in harmony together, right? That kind of gives your own thinking. Or I feel like I want to help in my community more. Or I know when I help in my community, I feel really good. Right? So these are some ones that if you're just learning, you can close up that sandwich by recycling your words again from the intro. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can talk about your own thoughts or how you feel or what you know about the topic in order to wrap it up. Okay, so those are some tips as you're working on your sloppy copy for your paragraph. And please reach out if you have any questions, but hopefully that'll help you where you know that you can actually start to write some of your sentences directly from the question itself rather than having to come up with it on your own.